The city has greeted over 1 million visitors during mainland's Super Golden Week holiday period. Government may have to dismantle the 3 defective light public housing projects in worst-case scenario. And 3 physicians has bagged the Nobel Prize for sets of experiments in the 1980s showing quantum physics in action. Good evening. You're watching Cable News. I'm Jeremy Chu. The final day of the mainland's Golden Week holiday still saw bustling spending activities across the city as a wave of some 130,000 mainland tourists crossed the border today and made the most of their extended break, fueling a vibrant surge in the retail and dining sectors. Quentin Yang shares more.
Hong Kong has experienced a robust influx of tourist and consumer spending during the 8-day National Day Mid-Autumn Super Golden Week. As the holiday draws to a close, the West Kowloon High-Speed Rail Station was filled with travelers, carrying suitcases packed with everything from children's clothing to luxury items, reflecting a week of enthusiastic spending.
40-50这样子咯。
This tourist noted that Hong Kong's prices were almost double those on the mainland, yet she had spent $40,000 to $50,000 with little restraint. Meanwhile, tourist hotspots like Mong Kok, Tsim Sha Tsui, and West Kowloon remained crowded with visitors on last-minute shopping sprees.
这个城市很热闹。
The city is incredibly lively during this Golden Week. The atmosphere is fantastic, shared this mainland tourist with no set budget for her holiday. Meanwhile, this visitor loved that spending limits were up to his wife, noting that if she likes something, there is no limit. This restaurant in Tsim Sha Tsui saw a 10 to 20% jump in revenue during the Super Golden Week, noting that they had received a full house during the morning and lunch hours. During the first 6 days of the holiday, the city has received some 1.16 million inbound visitors, growing 5.4% from the same period last year. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Director of Architectural Services Michael Lee said the worst-case scenario for addressing the structural defects at 3 light public housing projects is to dismantle and reinstall all completed components, with a completion time of 4 to 5 months. Evelyn Bai reports.
This came one day after the Architectural Services Department inspected more construction violations at 3 projects in Siu Lam, Tuen Mun, and Chai Wan, all of which were built by the contractor Able Chunwo Joint Venture. Taking to the airways, Lee revealed that the project at Siu Lam saw the highest number of shortened screws, while the issue of enlarged connecting holes on the metal plates of construction components in the Chai Wan project was found to be the most serious. Lee said the shortened screws could affect the connection strength between the modular integrated construction units, assembled components, and the concrete core walls, posing potential risks to structural safety. Lee expressed doubts in why the contractor severed the screws, some of which could have been properly installed, saying this requires further investigation. He also added that if the components were found to have issues upon arrival on site, the contractor should submit a remedial proposal instead of hiding the issue. The Chai Wan Light Public Housing project is originally set to be completed in the 2nd quarter of next year, while the other 2 projects were slated for completion in the 3rd quarter of next year. Engineering sector lawmaker Lo Wai Kok said when problems arise at all 3 sites, it is unlikely that the fault lies with 1 or 2 workers. He pointed out that regular inspections of the site are fundamental, urging the contractor to review and identify shortcomings in site management. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
This year's Nobel Prize in Physics has been awarded to a trio of US-based scientists for demonstrating that the bizarre rules of the quantum world also apply to our everyday world. Quentin Yang has more details.
The three laureates, John Clark, Michael Deverett, and John Martinez, all based at universities in the United States, were honored for the discovery of macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling and energy quantization in an electric circuit. In simple terms, their work showed that man-made circuits large enough to hold in your hand can function like atoms, in which smaller particles can pass freely through barriers, an ability called quantum tunneling, while the energy flow also follows rules in the quantum road. The prize-awarding Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences said the laureates' work has provided opportunities for developing the next generation of quantum technology, including quantum cryptography, quantum computers, and quantum sensors. They will be formally awarded the prize at a ceremony on December 10th, the anniversary of prize founder Alfred Nobel's death, with the prize sum totaling 11 million Swedish crowns or 9 million Hong Kong dollars. In keeping with tradition, physics is the second Nobel Prize awarded this week, after 2 American and 1 Japanese scientists won the Medicine Prize for breakthroughs in understanding the immune system. The Chemistry Prize is due next on Wednesday. Quentin Ya, Cable News.
Now to the latest development in Japan. The new president of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party and the soon-to-be country leader Sanae Takaichi has finalized her senior leadership team, appointing the 85-year-old former Prime Minister Taro Aso as vice president. Takaichi also said she hopes to build a relationship of trust with U.S. President Donald Trump to strengthen the Japan-U.S. alliance.
Taro Aso, who is seen as instrumental in her victory, will take the post of vice president of the party. The key role of secretary general will go to Shunichi Suzuki from the Aso faction. Other appointments include member of the House of Councilors Haruko Arimura as chairperson of the General Council, former Minister for Economic Security Takayuki Kobayashi as chairperson of the Policy Research Council, and former National Public Safety Commission Chair Keiji Furuya to lead the Election Strategy Committee. The Japanese National Diet, the country's legislature, is expected to convene an extraordinary session as early as the 15th of this month, during which Takaichi is anticipated to be elected as Japan's first female prime minister. Reports indicate that Takaichi is currently evaluating candidates for her future cabinet. Meanwhile, in a social media post, Takaichi stressed her goal to strengthen the Japan-U.S. alliance and advance a free and open Indo-Pacific. Her comments came as Donald Trump posted a congratulations on her win, describing her as a respected and capable leader. The two are expected to meet later this month, during Trump's planned visit to Japan.
A Canadian marine amusement park has threatened imminent euthanasia for 30 beluga whales if the local authority does not provide emergency funding for the whales' care and feeding. This came after the country's fisheries minister denied the park's export permit to send the whales to a Chinese aquarium. Evelyn Bai has the story.
Marineland, a 400-hectare now-defunct tourist attraction near Niagara Falls, has drawn mounting scrutiny over reports of poor conditions for the animals for years. Since 2019, 20 whales in captivity have died at the park, including 1 killer whale and 19 belugas. The park is reportedly planned to expeditiously remove the remaining animals still on the grounds, with one plan to ship the whales to Chimelong Ocean Kingdom in mainland's Zhuhai City. However, the export permit was rejected by Fisheries Minister Joanne Thompson, who said the approval would perpetuate the treatment these belugas have endured. Marineland stated in a letter to the Fisheries Ministry last week that the park is in dire financial straits and warned the government that unless the park is funded or the whales are exported, euthanasia will occur. Animal rights groups have condemned the park's plan to euthanize belugas whales as an attempt to blackmail the government. They are urging the Ontario state government to step in and seize the whales. According to provincial law, Ontario has the ability to seize whales to safeguard their safety and recoup any costs incurred when the park is sold. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
Indirect talks between Israel and Hamas have commenced in Egypt, showing early signs of progress as both sides engage with a U.S.-brokered peace plan aimed at ending the two-year war in Gaza. Quentin Yang reports.
The first day of negotiations in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh concluded on a positive note on Monday, with a roadmap established for further discussions set to continue local time Tuesday. The talks, mediated by Egypt, Qatar, and the United States, are centered on U.S. President Donald Trump's 20-point proposal, which calls for a ceasefire, the release of all Israeli captives and Palestinian prisoners, and increased humanitarian aid into Gaza. Commenting in the Oval Office, Trump expressed optimism, hinting at concessions from Hamas.
And in the negotiations, do you have any red lines in terms of Hamas disarming and whatnot? Are there
no, I have red lines. If certain things aren't met, we're not going to do it. But I think we're doing very well, and I think Hamas has been agreeing to things that are very important.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt added that technical teams were already working on lists for a potential prisoner and captive exchange. Despite the diplomatic push, the Hamas delegation stated that Israel's continued bombing of Gaza poses a challenge to negotiations. Even as talks were held on Monday, Israeli attacks in Gaza killed at least 10 Palestinians. The negotiations mark 2 years since the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, that killed 1,139 people and saw about 200 taken captive, and Israel's subsequent military offensive in Gaza, which has killed at least 67,160 Palestinians. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
A boat carrying Chinese citizens has capsized on Danube River between Serbia and Croatia, leaving one person dead with 9 others rescued.
According to Serbian police, the vessel, which was carrying at least 10 Chinese nationals, capsized on Sunday night. The incident happened about 90 kilometers northwest of the capital Belgrade, as the boat was allegedly attempting to illegally enter neighboring Croatia. At the scene, Serbian rescuers recovered 1 body and saved 4 people. In a coordinated effort, the Croatian authorities rescued a further 5 individuals. All of the deceased and those rescued have been confirmed as Chinese citizens. Authorities suspect the group was attempting to illegally cross from Serbia into Croatia, a member state of the European Union.
In tennis, former world number 1 Naomi Osaka recovered from a set down on Tuesday to defeat young Canadian star Leylah Fernandez at the Wuhan Open.
After suffering from a shock defeat at the China Open, the Japanese star showed little sign of a hangover in Wuhan, but Fernandez converted one of her 2 first-set breakpoint chances and served consistently, clinching the first set 6-4. The duo last faced each other in the round of 32 at the 2021 U.S. Open, where the 27th-ranked Canadian produced a major upset to beat Osaka. This time, the Japanese comeback queen clawed her way past Fernandez, once again showcased her resilience, stepping up pressure on the service returns in the second set, which featured 5 service breaks, and nailing the set 7-5. Ranked 16th currently, Osaka used powerful serves to keep her opponent at bay in the third set, winning 6-3 and registering her 7th comeback victory at this year's WTA-level events.
Onto the weather now. Mainly fine apart from isolated showers at first. It will be very hot during the day. The temperatures will range between 27 and 33 degrees. Light winds becoming moderate east to northeasterlies tomorrow. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. Today marks the 3rd day of the Mid-Autumn celebration period. Before we wrap up, let's have a look at how citizens have been enjoying the festivities across the city. That's our news tonight. I'm Jeremy Zhu. Thanks for watching and good night.